Have you learned the words of this song yet? Let's talk about Jesus, the King of Kings is He, the Lord of Lords supreme, throughout eternity. The great I am, the way, the truth, the life, the door. Let's talk about Jesus more and more. Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. Every day with Jesus, I love Him more and more. Jesus saves and keeps me, and He's the one I'm living for. Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. Well, I do believe that every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. It just keeps getting better and better. Well, we have a special treat today that I've been promising you, and I began to finagle several weeks ago. And there are lots of different things to do and things to enjoy. And I wanted to let you know that I appreciate all the different things you do. Come up here just a minute, Peyton. I'm going to introduce to you, if you don't know, Peyton Budisalich. And she has, this is called a gi, a GI, or karate gi on. She studies Tang Sudo. And do you know how long? You're very, very old. I know that. Grasshopper. And you study at Claire Day's karate school, don't you? All right. She has a red belt with a black stripe. That's pretty advanced. You start out with a white belt and you go on. And you have to learn a lot of stuff to get a belt, don't you? All right. Now, one of the things that you learn in martial arts and in karate, Tang Sudo is a Japanese fighting style. And it's not all about fighting, though, especially when you do it as a sport. You don't beat people up all the time, do you? No. Can you take Riley? Can you take her? No, probably not. Just give it some time. You get all muscled up, you just take her out. One of these days. She doesn't think so. But she'll use a flag on you just like that. Yeah, a 6-pound flag. Well, she'll have to weight it down a little bit. Well, but I know that some of you, I think Shannon has studied before. Let me see. I don't know if Danny or Terry, but I know Danny Bain, he's a black belt in Korean style. It seemed like we had someone else that has studied.
Ronnie and Karen.
Ronnie and Karen have studied before. It's not Andy didn't. Of course, Andy had to do some hand-to-hand stuff, and he was in the Army. Andy can kill you, but it's not very fancy. You know, it's not very interesting. You know, it's kind of.
Doesn't have a name.
No, it didn't have a name. It's just. So we're probably not going to do that, however, during a land service. But one of the things, there are a number of different ways you practice, and one way is doing what the Japanese call kata, or forms. And I've asked Peyton to do a form for us, which is it's kind of a rhythmic pattern that you go through, and it's got to be the same every time. And she likes weapons. Have you ever performed in a competition at a tournament, things like that? She has. All right. So you're very shy, so I don't want to embarrass you, but I appreciate you sharing this with us. And we're going to turn her loose here. Let me get to the camera, and you get your nunchucks, and then come right out here. And I'm going to go this. This is Peyton Budisalich, and she's going to show us a karate form. Anytime you're ready. Thank you.